What is up, everybody? John Blade 101 here again, and I am back with another video. You're watching my third week of video. So I wanted to talk about something that's really important, not really really important, but it comes to gaming. It's important for Nintendo's future, and this is what I'm kind of wanting the NX, Nintendo's next home console to be. I just want to lay out some things, just like point by point. So. First point, it needs to be stronger than the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. It needs to be a lot stronger than them so it can, for longevity. So make sure as soon as when they drop their console, it will be enough for it to last maybe 5 to 6 to 7 years to make sure that it's not outdated when Microsoft and Sony drop their consoles as well. So that's all very necessary. Power is very important with your console, especially when it comes to developers. When they want to develop for your console, it's very important for your console to be strong enough so they can see. And if people are not going to invest their money and time into something they don't see has a future, like kind of like how the Wii U did. The Wii U was really, not very powerful. It was stronger than the PS3, but it was not strong enough longevity-wise for it to last the entirety of this generation. Because the NX is coming sooner than later, and the Wii U is probably going to be discontinued soon. Besides, maybe Zelda Wii U, that might be the last game on the Wii U console if it comes to it at all. So what needs to happen is that it needs to be quite powerful so it can last 6 to 7 years, just to make sure that when Microsoft and Sony drop their next gen consoles, it won't be completely forgotten about. So. All right, that's the first point. Second point, it needs to have third-party support. This is probably the biggest one, and it kind of ties in a little bit with power because third-party support, it kind of depends on how powerful your console is. Maybe not the Wii, because the Wii had a lot of third-party and second-party, all kinds of stuff coming in on their console, but it wasn't very powerful. So I guess the Wii is like that golden exception. So, but anyways, kind of how the Wii U kind of went. Nintendo thought that they could probably pull off the capitalize on what made the Wii good, but the Wii was kind of a happy accident. I guess the Wii should have been HD. I'm gonna just say that right now. The Wii should have been HD. They dropped the ball with that with non-HD graphics and sub HD graphics on the Wii. So it kind of they had to pay for it. I think the Wii U was a necessary step to take, kind of like the failure Nintendo needed to understand that it's important for you to still make sure your console is powerful, so you can get third party to develop for. So third party the Wii U's been severely lacking third party, so it's like Nintendo is pretty much they take it up on themselves just to create every game, and it's gonna be they get one game every. Last game they got was Yoshi's Woolly World. Before that, I believe it was Mario Party 10 or Kirby's in the Rainbow Curse or something like that. And that was before even summer began. So Yoshi's Woolly World was the newest Nintendo console game they've had on their system. So that needs to stop. Next generation, it needs to be third party at least have a sizable amount of games every few months or months, just to make sure that people have something to play on your console. Yes, I am not being Kirby's Woolly World. Not Kirby's Woolly World, because I keep messing up because it's Yoshi's Woolly World and Kirby's Epic Yarn. Kind of they mend them together in my mind. But yeah, I haven't quite beaten Yoshi's Woolly World, but after that, what am I gonna play? I guess I'll be playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, but that doesn't come out for another month or so. So for the people that want more third-party support, not everyone likes Nintendo games. Nintendo made IP. Some people like other games, some other games that came out on the Wii. Oh my goodness! But people like to play. Yeah, well, let's just say third-party and just in general. People don't just like to play just Nintendo IPs. Nintendo's IPs are probably some of the best in gaming. But if they had that and some third-party support, some great third-party support, you get your JRPGs or whatever company you're getting your stuff from, you could always have something to play between that great Nintendo IP, which you probably know is going to be good. Nintendo IPs, Nintendo doesn't make too many bad games, so you can always count on their IPs to be pretty good. But you get me. It's just every month, you need to have at least some sizable amount of games every couple months or months in general. Just to make sure that people have something to play on your platform, and when they beat a game, they have something to immediately go to. And they do have some indie games on the eShop. I will give them credit. They do get weekly games on the eShop, so that is kudos to them. But still, make sure that they have a sizable amount of third-party support. I have these developers making games for them, and they can make games for, make their first party and third party. Just that combination would be perfect for Nintendo, and they need to have it kind of like there was a Super Nintendo. Yes, I was not born during the Super Nintendo, but what I've heard of it, it's a pretty cool generation. I did grow up in the GameCube era, so I do kind of have that third party and first party support feeling. Get me? So, okay. So what's another important thing? It's online. Oh my goodness, online. Nintendo, fix and just do it. Well, you have your new online network. You have Nintendo Network. Just do something fantastic with it. You have so much money in the bank. You have so much money, and you have all these IPs would be fantastic. Like, they were made for online multiplayer. Imagine playing with Zelda and going co-op with your friend through dungeons, or in Metroid. I mean, I'm not sure. Metroid's kind of an isolated game, but you get me. Metroid have online leaderboard, online multiplayer. You can put that in online, bounty hunter matches, kill, destruction matches, or whatever you want. You could be flying around in the Samus's ship or gunship or whatever, going around online fighting. Star Fox, oh my goodness, Star Fox Zero doesn't have online multiplayer or multiplayer in general. You can just do it, and you would make your IPs. You can already expand upon that already fantastic single player and some of your multiplayer. You could just make it so much better. And so not everybody lives close to their friends, and you can always just make sure that you can just message them or whatever you want to do, and just be online real quick. No problem with it at all. Just fast, quick online hold up. Something came up on my computer. I apologize for that, but yeah, just make sure that you get your online good. I want voice chat. I want messaging through the friend list. I want to have everything you've been missing, just extensive online multiplayer, because I know Nintendo has the money. They can pay for the servers, they can pay for this service, but they refuse to do it because they have an older mindset. But for the NX, I'm hoping that Tatsumi Kimishima, the new president of Nintendo, because he's been in the West, he understands a little bit more about the West. Maybe he can push them in that direction, just give them a good push to online multiplayer, because they've been so reluctant to do so. And so that's what definitely needs to happen. Online needs to be fixed, because that's why people think Nintendo is just for kids, and they're like, oh, they took online out of Splatoon because the creator, whatever, he was playing online. People said mean things to him, and he thought that kids wouldn't like it. That's why people think Nintendo's for kids, and just only for kids. It's because they take things out, and just because someone said mean things to them, say stuff like that. Like, let's just keep the online in, and you can always mute the person. You don't have to listen to them. Okay, so that's the three big things. You need to make sure you have more games. You need to make sure that it's powerful, and you need to make sure that your online is fixed, and numerous other problems. Make sure that try to be unique, Nintendo. That's the fourth thing. This is my fourth little thing. Don't try to. You can be unique, Nintendo. Make sure you can always get that core gaming experience where you don't have to worry about with the Wii U gamepad. Yes, you don't have to use the Wii U gamepad anymore. When it first came out, you had to use it to do certain functions, but the gamepad hasn't been utilized perfectly yet. I mean, it has some. You can use it for some useful things, but not to its full extent. So yes, try to keep yourself unique. To give yourself that shtick that makes sure that everyone wants to buy your console, but make sure that the hardcore gamers can always get that hardcore experience on your console, and they don't have to worry about all these gimmicks and stuff. I mean, yeah, you can have a gimmick. Just make sure you can always make sure that it's always you can always keep that online hardcore experience that a lot of gamers jump ship from your console for to begin with. Make sure they can always get that. That's what I want. I mean, that's what a lot of people want. Just make sure you do it. So that's pretty much my thoughts on what the NX should be, guys. It's imperative that these four things, Nintendo, four things, stupid me. We got these four things that Nintendo puts into their next console to make sure that they do it. Just message them, spam them on, not spam, but message them and ask them for it until they do it. And then criticize, and don't be afraid to criticize Nintendo, guys. They are a company, and they are made to serve you, the consumer. And so Yeah, this is John Boy 101, everybody, and I bid y'all good day.
Fantastic.